Hey everyone, Dave from Repairs Rule. So I've had a lot of requests on this video. What this one's about is an entry video about how to do your own website. So this is a basic video. It's going to show you the different steps that's required. Um, and before I get going on this, um, just remember the uh, analogy of the egg, the step by step. Get your paper out, get your pencils out, and try to write down these steps because when we get into more detailed videos on this subject, um, you could get lost real easy if you don't know the basics. The basics are very important and highly recommend that you write those steps down to get a frame of mind about how it all works. I do have some notes up here that I want to refer to on occasion because this is can be very detailed, but don't be afraid of it. It's not hard to do. In fact, for just a moment, I'm going to click down here on my screen and show you this was my website for our recumbent trike shop. It's still up. The website is explaining that we've retired. And as you scroll on down, you will see that when we sold our building, February of 22, that was our building right there. And different things that we have down below, including testimonials and other rides and so on. And there's a reason I'm showing you all of this, and especially this down here. You can see down here at the bottom of my website, I have an Amazon logo and I have an affiliate disclosure because all of these things will tie together, and we're going to talk about all of those things. So, anyway, I wanted to show you um, the website, one of the websites that I have up, and I want to show you how you can do it too. Not a difficult thing. So this is a basic understanding of how it works. And on each of these steps, I'm going to have detailed videos coming out explaining each one of these steps. So don't feel overwhelmed. Take it step by step, just a bite at a time, and you'll get it. It's not that difficult. You just have to learn the steps. Now, another thing too that I wanted to say is, and we're going to talk, I'm going to do videos on this, and we're going to talk about this again and more in the future about affiliate marketing. And I am an affiliate for most of these companies that I'm going to tell you about, which means that if you use the links that I give you to go to purchase different things, I get a small commission for that, and it's again, it's another step in the side hustles because you're going to tie all these things together: the affiliate marketing with your websites, with YouTube videos, or whatever you may do, blogs, whatever. So, if you will, use my links, sign up, and support my channel. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so first up, number one is your domain name. Now, domain names are purchased. And when I say a domain name, if you're not familiar, it's like whatever, google.com, youtube.com, whatever, ebay.com, so on. Those are the domain names. And domain names are purchased through what's called a registrar. It's a domain name registrar. And they register these domain names and sell them to you. And typically, a full price on a domain name usually runs somewhere between, oh, $12 to $20 a year. And again, now that's a year that you own it. You can buy multiple years and you get a reduced price. But that's how it works. You're buying a domain name that you own, it belongs to you, and you're going to have on a price somewhere $15, $20 in that range for owning that domain name. Even though you can buy, like I said, annually, and there's all different kinds of deals out there for new customers to sign you up for the first time. For instance, I've seen domain names as low as 99 cents for the first year that they offer to bring in new people. But when it renews after the year, it will renew at their full price. So just need to be aware of that. Um, I will have a detailed video about domain names. Hey everyone, I wanted to break in here really quick to let you know about something that I've got going now that I'm very excited about. Um, Many of you have asked for some one-on-one consultation, and I've got that set up. There's a link in the description below the video where you can go and set a time to have a conversation with me via Zoom and go check it out. Send the link. Now back to the video and about how to pick a domain name, what's important in choosing a domain name. Everyone thinks automatically that short's better. Not necessarily. If it's memorable, it could be better. So, for instance, um, whoever heard of an eBay before eBay came out with it? Or a Google. Who had ever heard of a Google before Google came out with it? So back then, if you asked somebody to remember Google.com or remember rowrowrowyourboat.com, I would pretty much bet that a lot of people would remember the rowrowrowyourboat.com. So there's more to think about than just the short. Short's better, but there's more to think about, and that will be in a detailed video about domain names. And there's all different kinds of tricks on how to pick them too, and I'll talk about those. Second thing, number two, and this one's huge, is the host. You want to pick the right host. Now, the host, what they do is they take your domain name and they post it on the internet. So it's visible on the internet. When you buy your domain name, it's not visible if it's not hosted. So you have to have a host in order to make your domain name visible to people on the internet. Host is it's very important part of this. Um, some of the things that we'll look at and you want to watch. Pricing is huge. A lot of them will do an entry price again to get you in, but when it renews for a very high price. You have to be careful of that. Um, Also, uptime and reliability. There's a lot of hosts out there that will host your site, but you go to look at your site one day or to show someone your site and it's not online because the host itself is down. So uptime and reliability it's a major issue too. You want to be sure that you have a good host. Um, the responsiveness of the support team at your host is very important. So when you're running your website and you're running into any type of an issue and you need to get in contact with someone, you need to hear back from them soon so you can keep your website up and running and live. But don't misunderstand. This is not a constant monitoring thing. Um, the host that I use rarely, and I mean very rarely, do I ever have to contact them for anything. But when I do contact them, I mean, they're Johnny on the spot. They get back with me really quick to take care of any issues or questions that I might have. Now, another thing too, you want a host that has WordPress integration. And what that means is WordPress is a way for you to build your website. And when they have WordPress integration, it means just with one click of the button on your host, it will install WordPress on your website for you, on your domain. So you you have a website that you can build visible quickly. Now, let me go ahead and tell you the next step here is some of them have a free or sometimes paid, slightly paid or whatever. They'll add it to the next level plan, a website builder. And it's one where you just describe your website or what you want to do. And they use templates and kind of put up a generic website for you. And some people are fine with that. Personally, I'm not. I want to be able to customize my website in any way that I want. So that brings me to the next point. That is, with WordPress, you have lots of options. They have what's called plugins, and you can build your website, and it's free. WordPress is free, but you can go in and add different plugins and things to customize your site. I mean, you can add in shopping carts and all different kinds of things, which that's not what I would do. Again, that's for another discussion. But with these plugins, you can customize your site exactly the way you want it with your own themes and your own colors and own fonts and all the pictures and so on. Just like I showed you when I started the video of my site that from my peddler's trikes that I ran, which I'm going to bring it back up here for you real quick. You can see all the video in the background and the green tinting and the contact us box. I put all of those things in with no problem at all. So anyway, there will be another detailed video about your host and the type of host that you should look at. Of course, I've got my recommendations. They're the ones that I use, and understand if you don't know about something, I mean, you're not familiar with something, and you trust someone, just use their research. I mean, I have researched, I've had websites up for years. These are the ones that I actually use that I have links for and that I recommend. Another detailed video coming about hosts, and I'm sure it will help you and deepen your understanding. But again, I'm going to reiterate, highly recommend that you don't use their little free website builders. Learn to use WordPress. You won't regret it. I mean, it's not that difficult to use. Okay, so let me give you an idea of a host. And the host that I use, I will bring them up here. It's called Hostinger. And you can see on their homepage here that they show everything that you need to create a website and $2.99 a month and 3 months free and so on. And they always do this. You have to hurry, claim a deal, all those kind of things, which you and I both know that's not true. But if we move up here in the upper right under hosting, and I bring up web hosting, so as I look down through here, let me show you the performance is really good on this host, and they're very safe. But when you move on down here, you will see your plans, and they'll show $2.99 a month. Again, that's if you have 48-month term, you get 3 months free, $3.99 a month. All you need to get going here is the standard site. They call it premium, but it's their standard site, this one right here. If you choose this for $3 a month, you're going to have $36 a year in it. 36. So at $36 a year, what do you get? Look on down in the plan here. You can host 100 websites. 100 websites. You don't have to have just one. You could have a bunch, and they could all be hooked up to affiliate accounts and passive income accounts and so on. 100 websites for $2.99 a month. Go on down. 100 gigabytes of storage is plenty for your sites. They don't take that much storage. And then here, look at this. next one down, 100 mailboxes. So we talked before about emails. My plan that I have is an old plan. I have unlimited. I can set up as many emails as I want. On this one, you can have 100 different emails for you or your family or whatever. Now look at this down here. Your domain name is included for that $36 a year. So when we pick a domain that you want, it's included in this. Go on down. This is unlimited SSL free. That means it's secure. Your website will be a secure website. It starts with HTTPS, showing that it's a secure website. And again, down here below, weekly backups. Website migration means if you had a website somewhere else, they would migrate it into their system for you. You wouldn't have to do that, but we're not worried about that. We're making our first website. Right here, a website builder with AI. If you don't want to learn how to do WordPress, you can use their AI website builder. I wouldn't do that. And then right down here at the bottom, you see managed hosting for WordPress. That's a biggie because that way you can turn WordPress on your site and get it up and running and learn the right way to build. So anyway, this is Hostinger, and this is who I use. For $36 a year, you can host 100 websites. So, I mean, if you want to buy more domain names, and we talked before about domain name speculation, this is perfect, and you will see why when I talk about that. So you can have multiple domain names hosted. So anyway, the links are in the description below on this. Guys, I really appreciate you staying, watching, and learning the basics on how to set up your own website. Please, if you will, go through my links. There's a reason that I use the companies that I do, and I will explain more about that later. So anyway, like and subscribe, guys. I'll see you on the next video.